Mr. Chairman, it should serve as no surprise to anybody in this room that the first hearing of this committee that we would have after our return from our August break, after our return from Thanksgiving. We've had so many breaks here, I'm getting confused about it, but, you know, our very first hearing, we only have 2 more weeks to go, and this is a messaging hearing as opposed to a substantive oversight hearing of presidential action. This is just another example of the strategy that Republicans have employed since the very moment that President Obama was sworn into office, and that is to obstruct everything that the president sets out to do. Now, they won't give the president credit for being the deporter-in-chief. I mean, he has deported under his administration more people than any president in history. Do you think you would ever hear a Republican give him praise for that? No. They will find something to obstruct that process. So it doesn't matter what it is, it's just we're going to say no to it. And so then you get a group of lawyers together. My wife is a lawyer, by the way. I mean, we've been married for 34 years, and we've been lawyers the whole time. And, man, we sit down, whatever I say, she's going to take issue with from a legal perspective. Any legal issue that we start discussing, she's automatically going to take the opposite side. And she's going to argue it earnestly and convincingly. And you three, along with the fourth gentleman who was here, have done the same thing. And I believe that you feel earnest about the topic here today. But I also know that you're lawyers, and lawyers can argue either side of an issue, right, and do so compellingly. And so my hat is off to you, because all three of you all are top-notch lawyers, litigators, and that's what lawyers do. And lawyers also take abstract principles of law, apply them to the facts that a client will present to you, and then you will give the client the options. You won't select the option for the client. You won't direct the client to do this, but you'll give the client a range of options, and the client will decide for him or herself which option to take. And then if you want to retain that client because that client pays well, you're going to go to court and you're going to argue for whatever position that client decided upon. And you're going to do so very earnestly, and you're going to do it convincingly, and you may be fortunate enough to win the case. And that's what lawyers do, and that's what you all are doing. And that's what I used to do. I still do it when I argue with my wife. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is not a courtroom. This is a legislative chamber, and our power as a legislature comes out of Article 1 of our Constitution. And so we're sitting here talking about Article 2, and there's not one thing that us legislators here with Article 1 power can do about Article 2 power other than to sue the president. And we don't have to have this hearing to do that. We don't even have to have a hearing for the Republicans to decide that they're going to impeach the president, or then we're going to file a lawsuit on him, or we're going to prosecute him. We don't need that. So what this body is doing is actually wasting time when we could be passing comprehensive immigration reform, just like the Senate did almost 2 years ago. And then we're refusing to do our obligation to the people that they elected us to do. This is the most do-nothingest Congress in the history of mankind. And we're doing nothing today other than what we've always done in this Congress under Republican leadership, and that is to say no, obstruct the president. And so I don't have any questions. I think each one of you all have argued your positions admirably. And if I were the judge, I would be deciding this case. My ruling would go in favor of the minority, the underdog.
Gentleman's time has expired. The chair now recognizes Congressman Gowdy.
I thank the gentleman. I thank Mr. Chairman.